Welcome back to the Spark Learning session. Today we'll be talking about tree methods. We'll be continuing that session. We till last section we talked about getting output fixed dataset by indexing the private column as a 0 and 1, and now we have a new dataset with the indexed column from private. Let's see what's inside this dataset. Before that, let me run it, or let me run all the code so that we have all the necessary prepared SQLs or code that has been run before we can execute this. Now we see that we have an index column of private. Next, we'll prepare a new dataset called final dataset, which includes the features column and also the private index column. Final index, the final data, we'll select from this dataset output fixed dot select features. We have features. We have features and also we have private index. And we'll select this data and put that into a final data. Now, what should you do next? Can you ruminate on that for a few seconds? Next step is to split the data set into a trend test data. And that's what we're going to do. Trend data and test data equal to final data. A random split comma 0.3. We have split data into trend test data. Next step, we need to create descent tree classifier, random forest classifier, and gradient boosted classifier. How do you do this? Let me show you. DTC will be the descent tree classifier, and you'll have label column, private index. Index is a label column that we are interested in, and feature column, features is a feature column that we are interested in. Next, we'll do RFC, random forest classifier, and it'll be random forest classifier, and we'll have ZBT classifier. Then we have label column, private index, and feature column as same before. Next, we need to fit the data, fit the training data, and create a model. And that's what exactly we're going to do. We're going to create a model with the DTC classifier and feed the data, feed the trend data, feed the trend data. Second, we'll create the RFC model by fitting the trend data using RFC model, RFC classifier, and we'll create a GBT model by creating a GBT by fitting the GBT classifier on training data. Now, what we need to do is we need to create a binary evaluator. Binary evaluator, and the column we are evaluating is a label column called private index. Private index is that's what we are evaluating. That's why we put it here. And we will also, now at this point, we'll run all the data set and see what we get. Now we have created a binary evaluator. Next, we need to evaluate the results. With the evaluator, we need to evaluate the DTC result, we need to evaluate before we do evaluation, we need to get the results, which we have not done yet. So let's do that. Let's get the results by let's use this model to get the result of the model, and then we'll evaluate the result. Before we do evaluation, we need to get the results first using the model we have on the test data, and that's what we exactly going to do. Result DTC model dot transform. This is what we have here. Secondly, we have RFC result. RFC result with the RFC model. And thirdly, we have a GBT result with GBT model. GBT result with a GBT model. Now let's run this and see what we get. We have gotten the result of our model on a test data. Now it's time to evaluate. We see we have already created evaluator for that. Now let's do evaluation. Now let's go to straight to evaluation. This should be straightforward. Print. Next step is to do print DTC and we need a binary evaluator for this. Binary classification evaluator. We have a binary evaluator which we already have, and then evaluate the DTC result. Is 89%. Next, we'll do evaluation for RFC, and we'll get the RFC result. We'll grab RFC result and do the evaluation. At this point, can you tell me, will it be greater than less than DTC result? Let's check out. It is greater than DTC result. It is 98%. This tells us that dysentery classifier is less efficient than, less accurate than random forest classifier. And thirdly, we have gradient Bose tree, GBT, and we'll evaluate GBT result. Can you tell me what result we will get? Let's ruminate for a while. What result we will get on this one? Let's check out. It is 95%. It's in between BTC and RBC. Now we'll do the multiple multi-class evaluation evaluator by using multi-class classing evaluator module from ML evaluation. And for this one, we have this. We need to get accuracy evaluator using multi-class evaluator, and let's run this. Next step is to do the evaluation of the DTC result using a multi-class evaluation. Let's evaluate that. Here we get 91% accuracy. And same way, let's do evaluation of the RF result, and we get 93% accuracy. And if you do evaluation of the GBC result using multi-class evaluation evaluator, we get 90%. What we see is that GBD is performing have worse accuracy, while the RFC has the highest accuracy. Let me summarize what we learned today. We learned about we learned about training and testing data and how do we split them into 70 by 30%. We created 3 different classifier using the dysentery classifier model, random forest classifier model, and ZBD classifier model. And we use a classifier to fit the data, training data, to create a model out of those. And once we create a model, we use that model on a test data to get a result. And we use the binary classifier and multi-classification classifier to evaluate our result. And from what we see is that RFC is performing really well in both binary as well as multi-class classification evaluator, and DT is performing the worst. So that's all for today. I'll see you next learning session. Thank you so much.